Hey guys, this is Tim, and you're looking at Tim's tank, and it's been about a month, so it's time for an update. So here we go. The tank is just a little over, the 100 gallons is just a little over 2 months old now. And at the moment, it's looking pretty darn good. A couple weeks back, I went through a period where it had what looked like cyano, but it was more of a brownish color, but it looked and acted an awful lot like cyano, slimy. Got all over the place, all over the corals, all over the rocks, and so I dealt with that. And at the same time, I was dealing with, you see, I got a fair amount of euphilia, frog spawn, and so forth, and they were all just retracted really, really bad. They didn't look like they were dying, but they just would not come out. And after a couple of water changes, and then treating the brown cyano or whatever it was. With ChemiClean, I finally cleared that up, and things have gone back, swung back in a nice direction now. So everything's looking pretty good. You can probably see, as far as new inhabitants in the tank, you'll probably see the one spot box face kind of run across there. Picked him up 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact, and believe it or not, it was hard. Had a hard time finding him or one like him. I'd been looking for one, and every place I had been looking lately for one spot, they were out of stock. Local fish shops were out of stock. The online stores were out of stock, and finally, just kind of walked into one of the local places one day, and he said he had one coming in the next day, and so I picked him up, and he gave me a really nice price on it too. Somewhere in there is also a little Royal Grammar. That I picked up too, but he's still kind of shy. But and then I think everybody else that's in there, I pretty much had the last time, the red flame, or the flame angel, the orange chorus wrasse, the black and white clown, the snowflake clown, of course the blue tang has been with me like for a long time. There's a couple fire shrimp in there. There's where'd he go? My diamond goby, he's in the front there, or not a watchman goby. And no, I'm sorry, diamond goby. It's in the front there. He keeps the sand pretty clean for me. Does a pretty good job of that. The corals are mostly, for the most part, doing really, really good. Right over there on the right hand side, you'll see upper right. You'll see I just got that. It's a leather toadstool that I got from a good friend of mine, Mike, who's 915 Mang on YouTube channel. So that's sort of like a coral that's come back to me. A long time ago, I had that's a Tyree green toadstool. I had gotten one and got really huge in a 125 gallon tank that I had, and I gave Mike or he purchased a frag from me a long time ago, and he's had some in his tank ever since. And I asked him for a frag the other day, and he gave me a really big piece, and I put it in the tank I think about a week ago, and it's looking pretty darn good today. So, and then you can see the right, the green Monties on the right. On the left side, you'll see some red or orange Monty. Right over here on the right lower right front there, my elegance coral is still upset at me because I just moved it a while ago, so it's usually a lot bigger than that. And there's some frog spawn there. In the front, you'll see a long polyp plate corals and some more really bright green frog spawn. And torch coral right there in the very center that I picked up today is yellow or gold. And then there's some pallies, red pallies, green pallies, and in the center there's a red Ghani, and there's plenty of zoas in there right now, probably about 4 or 5 colonies, good-sized colonies growing right now. There's right in the near center, some fire and ice. I got a big colony of that. A couple of branching star polyps, along with some regular star polyp on the overflow in the back. I'm trying to get started back there. So a couple different frog spawns, octospawn. So all in all, I picked up also a couple of, let's see if I can get a little bit closer here, if I get the camera out of here. Picked up some Blastos the other day, a small, it's got 2 heads on it. Also this is starting to, that's actually a purple hammer. This really, it's taken a long time. It's starting to really fill out now and take off on growth. Also down there by those Blastos, there's some nuclear green pallies. Those are some regular green pallies here. Let's see, there's the fox face, and there's the rug. I went down there. Hey, starting to come on out. Getting a little bit more, he probably hid for about the first week, but now it's starting to come out and feel comfortable in the tank. A hammer coral there, some dragon eyes right there. There's that branching that I was talking about, the geez, it just escapes me all of a sudden. But anyway, star polyps is what I'm trying to think. There's regular star polyps back there. Regular, pretty much regular, pretty green and pink tip frog spawn in the front. And there's that long polyp plate coral, really bright green frog spawn. There's that torch I was talking about. There you go. There's the snowflake and the blue tang. Everybody's coming out now. The flame angel. So the only thing really that didn't respond from that little really bad week that I had was the SPS. So there's a bad side. And I lost one green slimer. And I don't know if these other, there's an acro here, and I've got one there, and one up on top there. None of them look really good. This one, it's a blue, it probably looks purple on the video, but it may pull out of it. It's got a little white, a lot of white on one side, but it may pull out of it. So they seem to take the biggest hit. And everything else, the Euphilia and the Zoas, everything else pulled out of it, and it's actually looking better than ever. But no, there's some blue Tubbs blue Zoas there, but no, the SPS. So we'll have to see. I'm gonna wait for sure before I pull them out of there, but they're not looking too good. There's a couple of war corals that are finally starting to perk up and grow out. I had an order. I forget where I ordered one, but there's something happened that messed up with the order, so they threw another one in for free. That's why you see 2 of them. That one's starting to grow. And some red pallies. But that is where the tank's at today. It's coming along. I can't complain too much. Now, a week or 2 ago, I was kind of depressed a little bit with the way things were looking, but now, coming along all right. So for 2 months, I don't have any issues with hair allergy or anything like that, and so and my parameters are staying pretty much the same. Got to keep an eye on the phosphate. It tends to want to creep up. I'm using PhosGuard for that, but everything else is all parameters. I usually stay about 8.5, 8.9 on the alkalinity and 420 of the calcium. And I like to keep the magnesium up around 1350, 1400, and keep it up about that level. It works pretty good. But that's where we are. That's where I am with Tim's tank today. And you can see, again, it's 2 months on the 100-gallon SCA tank. And if you followed my story along at all, you'll know that 2 months ago I had a 93-gallon rimless cube that busted open. And that's how I ended up purchasing another tank, which is this tank right here. And so from 2 months ago to today, I went through a whole bunch, but I'm pretty happy with the tank and where I am today with what I've got going here. So thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and you can continue to follow along. I promise the next time I will. I'm just going to go from top to bottom on all the equipment, starting from the lights and to the pumps and the sump, and we'll get everywhere and show you everything that makes up the tank. So follow along with me. Good luck with your tanks. If you're a reefer, if you're an observer, good luck with what you do. And thanks for looking at Tim's tank. And everybody, I hope things go well with your tank, your fish, your corals, and so forth. Have a good one.